So welcome to the engagement attribute through the lens of gamification and the ExO experience. We're here to help you engage your audiences. Our key learnings today will be, what is the engagement attribute? Why is engagement important for you, your team, customers, and yourself? And step-by-step recipe for success, and then what's next? And our agenda is, want to play? We're going to gamify this particular session, so get yourselves ready. I was going to say get your pens and pencils out. I guess that's a little old school. Be ready. We're going to have some questions throughout the presentation, so we're going to have you sign into a particular platform with your email only, and all you do is answer questions as they come up through the presentation, and we'll have some good prizes at the end. But the agenda, we'll talk about the ExO Angels. We'll talk about the difference between games, gaming, and serious gaming. There are differences, where to start, and what the process might look like. We'll talk about MTPs, personas, value propositions, business metrics, and drivers. And then we'll go into loops, feedback, and boosts, and then celebrating the wins and the rewards in the end with your players. And then we'll talk about how Angels can help you.
Yes, my turn is to talk about what is gamification and what is the engagement attribute. The engagement attribute serves as a kind of glue that hold together the various attributes, such as community and crowd, algorithm, leverage asset, interfaces, dashboard, experimentation, and autonomy. A lot of them. And also, as you know, engagement refers to the ability of an organization to actively involve and motivate its stakeholders, including customer, employee, and partners. These attributes is closely related to the business model canvas, as it impacts the two sides, connecting customer relationship, channels, revenue streams, and partners. As you can understand, also gamification play a very significant role in fostering engagement within an organization. So by incorporating game-like elements and mechanics, companies can motivate and empower individuals to participate and contribute to organization growth. For example, platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok successfully utilize gamification to engage and retain users. And also companies like Zappos, Buffer, Valve has embraced autonomy as part of its engagement strategy. So as you see, there's a big connection among the different attributes. And plus, what we can say, Web3, crypto, and NFT. As you can imagine, with encompasses crypto and NFT, engagement become exponentially more powerful due to at least several three key factors. First, obviously, Web3 introduced a new monetization system. Cryptocurrencies provide a means for users to directly participate in and benefit from the success of a platform. For example, the Decentraland, crypto voxels allow users to buy and trade virtual lands and assets using cryptocurrencies. And also this engagement is as a direct financial incentive for users, because they are not engaging just on, how can I say, not touchable asset, but also they will have a financial, let's call it feedback or revenue stream. Plus, with NFT, open new possibility for engagement in user, because now they can also trade digital items with provable scarcity and obviously authenticity. Just two examples are NBA Top Shot and CryptoKitties. They are pretty famous in the market. And as you know, they engage users in collecting and trading digital assets. And plus, probably the most important part, Web3 allow for a new wave of engagement and participation. So now people through DAO, decentralized autonomous organization like MakerDAO, Compound, are able to be part of the governance structure. And also here you can see that the engagement is now creating new opportunity for the user. So now this is the toughest slide, and there will be an answer. So talking with experts and people in the gaming market and in the gamification market, I see that there's always a bit of confusion about game theory, gamification, and serious game. So I suppose this slide is pretty useful to just have a common background and terminology. Game theory, and I'm sure the AI guy for sure will know that, is a mathematical framework for modeling strategic interaction between rational decision makers. So basically, they provide some analytical tool to predict outcome based on choices made by players, and we call players like a game. So game theory has application in fields like economics, political science, biology, computer science, and more. Gamification, on the other side, refers to the use of game design element in non-gaming context. So basically it means applying things like point, badge, leaderboards, challenges, reward, etc., 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 in business, education, fitness app, and more. Serious game, and this is the last one, are full-fledged game designed for purposes other than pure entertainment. So they are used for training, advertising, education, health, social changes, etc., etc., etc. And how they are connected. Serious game incorporate gameplay and game techniques, gamification, and serious game. Oh, let's say the biggest, the most important, includes game theory. Some of them are just pure gaming, so you don't have to worry. But very close relationship among these three, let's say, points. And this is basically how does it work. So these are the three different areas. And we will talk mainly about gamification and serious game today. To have a great game, the list of the ingredients are pretty interesting. As you see, on one area, you need to ensure engagement, and you have game mechanics, motivational psychology, behavioral economics, technology platform, neurobiology, and neurolinguistic, and also UX UI. And on the other side, you need to generate a ROI. And so it's very important you have a clear business system and metrics in place. Otherwise, you will just playing something and not applying gamification.
And so come complete, the rewards embed into a win state, which then completes this game technique, which reinforces the player committing to desired actions, tracking feedback mechanisms that trigger those desired actions that result in impact of business metrics, and then the rewards and win state, which is just the cycle that we can rinse and repeat over and over again. Yeah, so this is the first question in the Q&A. The rest is up to you. So what can Angels do for you? We basically have 4 different offerings at the moment, and they all start with phone calls, unless we've already been talking to you. These are basically on the top left is a discovery call where we dive deep into your business just for a 45-minute call. Upper right, ExO mini sprint. This is for corporations that want to go through the traditional sprint model. We've got a 6-week version and a 10-week version, and this will take your teams through how to get engagement in your teams, your membership, your constituents, whatever it is you serve as a business. And bottom left is for the solopreneurs or the small business people, where we do weekly coaching calls by group. So you have a group of people that are working on each of your business interests and take you through a similar mini sprint process, but on a much lesser, more affordable basis for smaller companies. And then the lower right is an ExO group book. This is basically a companion piece to the ExO Organizations book, version 2.0. And it's about people wanting to give chapters that have use cases for their businesses, basically an augmentation of what we're doing with the methodology. Next slide. And this is all about you, Q&A, feel free.